Good for you, for him.
Somebody stand in for me today. You can't be in two places at once. And telling the court, hey, I got to do this radio show, they don't understand.
We'd have been fine going to Thursday, by the way.
That's okay.
I was actually looking it up when you were texting me.
We're just going to start doing 2 days a week. No big deal.
You what?
We'll just start doing 2 days a week. No big deal.
That's fine.
We're going to do...
We're hot on Facebook.
Hey, Facebook. We're going to start this watch party on the Geaux Rouge page. You're also listening on Talk 107.3. Got Chuck P., Brian Haldane. Today we've got Ethan Bush coming on to talk about 225 Gibbs. We've got George Bell from Capital Area United Way. He's also going to talk with Ethan. But before we do all that, Chuck and I are going to have a philosophical conversation about something that's very near and dear to me. Fish sandwiches. I want to bring back the fish sandwich.
I don't think the fish sandwich went anywhere. It's still here.
Well, the Filet-O-Fish sandwich.
Well, the Filet-O-Fish sandwich is what we have a problem
My
with.
wife has a literal gag. When she was watching me eat the sandwich, she literally gagged.
I don't blame her at all.
Hold on. The Filet-O-Fish sandwich
Is a
Guys,
frozen...
guys, save it for the field, okay? We're going to start the show in just a minute. Save it. We'll get it rolling.
Just, I get worked up, man. I was gonna wear my Jurassic Park hat.
Jurassic Park
And then I
hat.
had a conflict because I thought, man, somebody's gonna call it my Jurassic Park hat.
Dr. Grant,
I'll wear
what
my
is your
Jura-
status
I'm gonna
on
wear my
raptor
Jurassic
rights?
Park hat tomorrow at 6:35 a.m. on the Brian Haldane show. Mornings with Brian Haldane.
When we're talking about how much of a book you can throw at an 11-year-old for stealing a school bus.
Dude,
Yeah.
sometimes I kind of like I'm cueing the Eastbound and Down music from Smokey and the Bandit. I'm like picturing this in my mind. Like, how does he steal a bus? A bus isn't an automatic, is it? I mean, there's like a
Push
gear.
button start.
Push button start.
So it's probably an automatic.
Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, I remember the school buses with the big shifter. So
I got questions. I'll probably have commentary by that point too. All right, whenever you're ready, Brian.
Yep, here we go. Stand by.
All right, welcome to the Geaux Rouge Show, episode 46. This is Franz Borghardt, your host. I've got Brian.
Hang on.
he's on two.
No, why are you on two? Let's just start over. I don't know why you're on two.
Because I've got two people coming on. It's no big deal. Take a deep breath. You know what? My life's unmanageable too. I wish you could
Resetting.
see Brian's face, guys.
It's my face is fine. I've learned to accept the inexplicable. Stand by. Here we go.
All right, welcome to the Geaux Rouge Show, episode 46. This is Franz Borghardt. I'm sitting here with Chuck P. and Brian Haldane. Welcome to another wonderful episode. Guys, how are you guys doing?
We're good.
Splendid.
I just got back from the happiest place on earth. Disney.
Vegas? Oh.
Disney. Vegas. I wish I was in Vegas. Anyways, so we got some cool things lined up today. Our guests today are going to be Ethan Bush and George Bell. They're going to be talking about 225 Gives, a great charity initiative coming up in December. Before we get to that, Chuck and I are going to have a philosophical conversation
Sure.
about food. I don't want to I'm going to tease it. Filet-O-Fish sandwich. Filet-O-Fish sandwich. I bet you I could eat 20 of those. Anyways.
Here we go.
So here we go.
I heard that, Brian.
The Geaux Rouge Show is brought to you by the following sponsors: NAI, Ladder and Bloom, Commercial Realtors, The Sosa Shanklin.
Try that again.
Smith Shanklin Sosa personal injury law firm. They're awesome civil attorneys, plaintiffs' attorneys, much better than me, obviously. These are your go-to personal injury guys. Breck Parks, Sullivan's Steakhouse, your neighborhood steak restaurant. I'm going to be hitting that up later today. The Borghardt Law Firm, the best criminal defense law firm in the universe. Guardians of the Galaxy style. Louisiana Tech Park. And then last but not least, La Divina Italian Cafe, serving select wines, ice cold beer, plus their exclusive sorbet mimosa. Have you had the sorbet mimosa?
I have not.
Oh, my gosh.
Pretty tasty.
I mean, I don't drink, but it looks good.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can look at it. So, speaking of things that look good,
Brian?
if you want to get more information, before we get to Brian,
Okay.
if you want to get more information about the Geaux Rouge show, you need to go to www.geauxrouge.com. We post all our episodes. You can watch them on demand. Or, Brian, you can go to the Talk 107.3 website. Also watch our episodes on demand. Go to social media, Facebook. We're on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. We have a channel.
That's cool.
It's like all access Geaux Rouge all the time.
I like it.
Sometimes I get sick of me. We talked about that last week.
All right, do you, though?
So, yeah, kind of.
Do you?
A little bit. So here's the deal. All right. I was on vacation. I haven't been on vacation in a while. And as you guys know, despite my gluttonous eating of as many sliders as I can, normally I diet, right? I'm all about this low-carb keto world. And normally I'm dieting. So when I'm off diet, I try to do things that I can't ordinarily eat. Mm-hmm. So I'm at McDonald's. I'm setting the scene. I'm at McDonald's in the middle of nowhere, Mississippi. My wife's like, what do you want to eat? And I'm like, Filet-O-Fish sandwich. My wife has a guttural gag. She's like, you're going to eat a Filet-O-Fish sandwich? I was like, what's wrong with the Filet-O-Fish sandwich? I want to bring back the Filet-O-Fish sandwich. It has a slice of cheese on it. I don't even know what kind of cheese that is. Is it American?
It's American.
Is it American cheese?
Quotes.
So it has some tartar sauce on it. I mean, this may be the fanciest sandwich at McDonald's since the McRib.
So you're calling the McRib a fancy sandwich?
McRib? It's not rib.
It's not, no.
Salisbury steak.
But Filet-O-Fish is fish.
So
are we sure about that?
So why
Yes.
why can't we indulge ourselves on the Filet-O-Fish sandwich? What's wrong with the Filet-O-Fish sandwich?
It's a frozen fish patty that you can
So
go
what?
buy in the store.
So what?
right now.
Everything you eat at fast food is, generally speaking, frozen at some point, right?
Maybe. Depends on where you're going.
I mean, nice try. I'm just saying. When you were a child, did you like fish sticks?
Yes. As a child.
Did you love them?
I didn't love them. I ate them when they were served to me.
Look, our views on food are totally skewed right now.
True.
I got a 5-year-old. Love him. He is
Yeah.
the center of my universe, besides me. He's the center of my universe. This kid likes Crustables. Crustables?
They're great. Crustables are awesome.
It's the biggest con sham ever.
Why?
It's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich
Yes.
that's marked up to how many dollars? It's ridiculous. It's, Brian, you're looking at me because you know it's ridiculous.
You and me are right here, right now.
Like,
we
my
are right
son-
here.
and yet
couldn't-
you keep buying them when you could easily
You
make
know
a
why?
Crustable at
Because
home.
it's what the boy wants.
But you
You
can
have
make
to
it
do
at
it too.
home.
So here it is.
You can make
Here
it at
is.
home.
I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich better than Crustable. And you know what my boy says? It's not a Crustable.
All you have to do is just cut it in a circle and just pinch the edges around and be like, bam,
I'm
Crustable.
just saying.
It's that simple.
All I'm saying, guys, is I think, okay, so I made the statement. The reason Chuck P is in the studio, Chuck is a food connoisseur like myself.
Sure.
Which is to say we eat a lot of food.
Yes, I like
All right.
to eat.
I mean, and you actually have a pretty good palate. I mean, I'll eat garbage.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, I eat
Oh, I
garbage.
eat garbage too now.
Right.
Don't.
Filet-O-Fish sandwich.
Right.
So my point was, I made the comment, I made a post on social media.
Yeah.
Hashtag hitting rock bottom Filet-O-Fish sandwich, which I thought was amusing. So here's my thing. I want to bring the fish sandwich back. And when I said I want to bring the fish sandwich back, you very poignantly said, well, wait, the fish sandwich in Baton Rouge, really?
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
here.
it's here. It's a thing. Every place is a fish sandwich.
I'm just saying, I think the filet.
You just specifically want to bring the Filet-O-Fish sandwich to the forefront.
I feel like
for
the
some weird
Filet-O-Fish
reason.
sandwich has a special place in my heart. I feel like, oh, by the way, expert hack. You want the fish sandwich fresh, right? You don't want it to be
good luck
sitting
with
for a
that.
long time. You got to tell them, I want it without cheese, because they put the cheese on there in advance. And so if you tell them I want it with no cheese, you get a freshly cooked fish sandwich.
But you want the cheese, though.
No,
It's that rare combination of American cheese and tartar sauce.
Is it really
together.
American cheese? I worry. Is it really American cheese?
It's 100% American
All right,
cheese.
so, real fast before we get our real guest. No offense, Chuck.
Yeah,
Before we get our real guest. And by the way, Chuck, you got some shows. Let's plug those. You got some shows in the Talk 107.3 pantheon of shows, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously mornings with Brian Haldane, weekday morning, 6 a.m. to 9. Jay Ducote Show, weekdays, 4 to 6 p.m. I have the ABV podcast, which airs on Saturday nights somewhere between 9 and 9:30. And you can find that on Apple, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, all the other podcast outlets.
So, Chuck, I appreciate the fact that, and by the way, I've thrown some food competitions. You've judged at least one.
I did your first burger competition.
I like the assertive. So like Brian, I look at Brian, and I'm like, Brian will eat anything. There's a certain amount of defeat in his face. He'll just eat anything. You, on the other hand,
Wow.
I mean, I love you, dude, but dude, I was eating a Filet-O-Fish sandwich. I'm not judging. We're in the same boat.
That's defeat.
Look, if we're floating in the water, you and I are in the same boat. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying that I don't view the Filet-O-Fish as defeat. I mean, look, as a Catholic, Fridays in Lent, the Filet-O-Fish becomes a go-to.
I am all about defiance.
What about the Krabby Patty sandwich over at Sonic?
Listen, what I'm
Is
saying,
that a thing?
Yeah,
I
they
thought
have
that was like a SpongeBob SquarePants thing.
Well, it's not called a Krabby Patty, but they have like a crab patty sandwich at Sonic on the menu. I call it a Krabby Patty just because.
So what I'm saying is, I'm all about defiance. I want to be the dude that goes to the fried chicken place and say, "Where's the catfish?" I want to go to a burger
Why would
place.
you ask for catfish? At a
I want to
fried
go to a
chicken
burger
place?
because I'm defiant.
That's not defiant.
I want to go to a burger place and say, "Give me a Filet-O-Fish sandwich," because I know you don't have ice cream, McDonald's.
Why don't you get the what is it? Is it cod that Wendy's uses for their fish sandwich?
I don't even know what cod is.
It's a fish.
It's like tilapia.
I don't know.
Tilapia
Sure.
is like look. I'm a simple guy. I'm common folk.
You should do a fish challenge, like a fish sandwich challenge.
Who has the
Go to
best-
Hamptons.
Stop. Call
Yeah.
him out right now.
So who has the
He's
best-
a simple guy. He's
Yeah,
common.
that-
Who has the best fish sandwich in Baton Rouge?
I don't eat fish
Jed's
sandwiches,
Po' Boy?
so I don't know.
I mean, we need to find the best one, and then I'll bet that I can.
Now, are
tell
you talking fast food or are you talking local restaurant?
Oh my God!
You got to make a difference.
Okay, I want to put a pause on this conversation.
Okay, to be continued.
We're going to be continued because I do want to get Ethan Bush in here.
Get your real guest on here.
I love you, Chuck. Chuck P, ladies and gentlemen, Filet-O-Fish sandwich. Brian,
Yes.
I just got back from Disney. Ethan Bush is going to be coming into the studio sometime. He's running his mouth. It's okay. Ethan gets paid by the word. So Ethan gets paid by the word. But look, I just got back from Disney, and I was wearing a mask. I was being responsible, Brian. I was wearing a mask, 90-degree weather, walking around, questioning my life decisions.
In Japan, you can get a Filet-O-Fish with wasabi on it.
Don't tease me.
That's
Don't
game
tease me.
changer, man.
Ethan Bush. Like, really? So what's funny is Ethan Bush gets paid by the word, and I've called his name like 3 times. And it's like, we'll just pause the radio show for Ethan. Guys, I'm going to welcome into the studio. We've got 2 guests with us. We've got Ethan Bush of 225 Gibbs. Well, you really have an independent entity, but we'll talk about that.
Sure.
And then we have the infamous George Bell, President and CEO of Capital Area United. Guys, step up to the microphone. Don't worry about it, guys. You guys are wearing masks. Your microphone's right there. You're wearing masks, but it's okay because I've already had the ickiness.
Good for you.
So I think
done
I'm
well.
not contagious anymore. I may not be contagious anymore. I don't know. So yeah, Filet-O-Fish. We've been talking Filet-O-Fish sandwiches, but now we're going to be talking about great charity initiatives in Baton Rouge. I talked to you, Ethan, a few weeks ago, and I was reading about the 225 Gibbs. So let's start there, Ethan. What is 225 Gibbs?
Yeah, so Franz, thanks for having us.
Absolutely, man.
George and I are excited to kind of give you an update on. So 225 Gives is being presented by Capital Area United Way and the Baton Rouge Area Foundation. And I'm pleased to be a part of that team, helping them deliver what I would consider the first coordinated community-wide giving day in the Capital Region. Let me move this so I can get closer.
So it's going to be, what, December 1st?
It's going to be on December 1st, which is known globally as Giving Tuesday.
And Ethan, I'm going to move you over because we're on Facebook Live, guys. Wave
Hey,
at
guys.
Facebook Live. So, Ethan, I want to make sure you're in the camera shot. There we go.
I'll try
There
to slide
we go.
a little bit more.
Great
Good.
criminal defense attorney, subpar radio host. So December 1st, giving.
Yes, known globally as Giving Tuesday. And 225 Gives was an effort that was created by a lot of local funders, Capital Area United Way, Baton Rouge Area Foundation, to really coordinate the effort for nonprofits to come to one place, and then donors and community to be able to come to one place and one platform and really support each other. And George can speak a little bit more about this, but our nonprofit organizations in the Capital Region have really had a hard time, like a lot of nonprofits across the country, with everything we faced in 2020. And these original sort of presenters and creators of this Giving Day thought this was a great opportunity to give the nonprofits an additional resource that will help them towards their end of year giving. And also educate our community on a lot of the nonprofits that are out there. So many people want to do something. Giving Tuesday is a platform for that, like we talked about, but they don't really know what they want to support or who they want to support.
So I was just about to ask you about that.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask you about that
Sure.
because part of this, besides raising money, is also about raising education and awareness, right?
Sure.
Yes.
So, George, talk to me a little bit about, because I got to be honest with you, I told some of my friends that I was going to have you from the Capital Area United Way on, and someone shamefully said, "What does the United Way do?" And I was like, you know what? I'll ask him that on the radio.
right.
So what does United Way do?
Well, it's a great question, and it's one we get quite often. First of all, United Way is an organization that has been around in Baton Rouge for the last 95 years. So we have deep roots here. It's an organization. It's a nonprofit that focuses on a couple of areas. We're committed to helping to identify and address those complex challenges that communities face. We're one of close to 1,200 United Ways across the country. We're one of 12 in the state of Louisiana, and we are here. We serve a 10-parish area, and we are a funder. We raise dollars, and we also distribute those dollars to other nonprofits. So that's, in a nutshell, how we operate. But in addition to funding, we are a organization that has its own initiatives. Like we fund and operate the 211 line that you may have heard, the 211 information line.
So talk to us about what that is.
Okay, it's a rich database of social services that are maintained. That database is maintained and curated by our team here locally. And you can call this database, you can call 211 24/7, 7 days a week, every day of the year. And you can get information about, let's say I need rental assistance, or I need to know where the shelters are, especially around a disaster or what have you. We're able to give the caller information about, up-to-date information about what's available in their area. And it's a powerful resource. It's statewide, but we maintain the local presence on that.
So it makes sense to me, based on what you're talking to us about with Capital Area United Way, that you guys would want to partner up with the Baton Rouge Area Foundation, because essentially they're a funder too, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's what a foundation kind of does.
Yes, sure.
So talk to me a little bit, Ethan, about how this manifested itself. Because one of the big things I noticed when COVID-19 started, one of the big things I noticed was there was an awkwardness of, man, there are a lot of charities that are hemorrhaging right now in need.
Yes.
There is a sense of, man, I don't want to be tone deaf to what's going on, because a lot of people are facing different economic situations, problems, hardships. How did this come about?
Yeah, so over the summer, a lot of funding organizations in our community, whether it be the Wilson Foundation, Blue Cross, Pennington Foundation, they really started to survey and test some of the nonprofit organizations and just kind of find out where they are. And different groups started to say, we have to come together and do something. We've got to ignite some action in our community for our nonprofits, right? Fundraising is down. Events have been canceled. Big parts of these budgets that allow mission and resources to be extended in the 10-parish region were going away. Lots of communities around the country do coordinated giving days. We have participated as a community loosely associated in the past around Giving Tuesday, but we've never had sort of this coordinated effort. So they took that information, they synthesized it, came together with some other groups. Baton Rouge Area Foundation, Capital Area United Way said, yeah, we want to help be a part of extending this and launching it. And so in the past 8 weeks, I would say, we've really put together the bones and structure to be able to go deliver this day on December 1st. That's really what the start of was. There's 3 other coordinated giving days in the state of Louisiana, but to date, there hasn't been one in the capital region. And so there's been one in the northwest part of the state, Acadiana region, and then there's one in New Orleans as well. So this will be the first time that we've put everything together on a technology platform, one place to go learn, let nonprofits share their story, and then also support them.
So the number one question that you're going to get asked, and I know I've been asked in reference to this, is where does the money go that's being raised? Who's it going to help? And then what charities are going to be partnering with you guys?
Yeah. George?
Well, right now, we are receiving applications from nonprofits that are willing to participate. And any nonprofit, any 501c3 organization that operates in our region can participate in this fundraising effort. The beauty of it is that there's a small $75 fee that they pay to participate, but once they participate, they upload their information, and it's available on a platform that has all of the nonprofits that are participating. And they'll get, with the exception of the fees that are associated with the fundraising effort, they'll get 100% of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
So
that's
the
the
money
beauty of
goes
it.
directly to the nonprofits
So
who participate.
Okay.
So they have to, after they finish their registration process, Franz, they will come together. We're going to provide some training opportunities for all the participating nonprofits. We're going to educate them on how to go out with digital solicitation strategies, digital marketing strategies, how to create some buzz and awareness around your nonprofit. You drive them to this site at 225gives.org. They can go directly to that page. Donors can look at other pages. It's like a shopping cart. Donors can say, these are the 10 nonprofits I learned about. I'm going to put all 10 of them in my cart and check out, and all 10 of those gifts go to the nonprofits that they choose.
Awesome. So www.225gives.org.
.org.
You guys are also on social media, though, right? Facebook.
Facebook, Instagram.
This is an Ethan Bush production. Of course you're on social media,
Of
man.
course we are.
Although I don't
Twitter.
know that you're on social media.
So I am on the gram or the.
I know you are.
How's it go?
Instagram.
Instagram. Is it Insta? I don't know how you know what the lingo is. I am not on Facebook, but I am on Instagram.
It's
and I'm going to go back to Twitter here pretty soon.
So I have made the comment off rails here. I've made the comment that if I was off social media, I probably would be a very serene human being.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. That's another conversation.
I'm with
All
you.
right. So
those nonprofits, like we said, will register, create their page. We'll provide resources to help them expose and share their story, and donors will have the opportunity. The day is December 1st. We actually are going to have an early giving period that opens November 24th through November 30th. So kind of that Thanksgiving time frame.
Soft opening.
Yep. Early bird.
And to encourage folks to get started if they just have multiple days. But really, it's a 24-hour giving initiative.
Okay.
It'll start at midnight. It'll go to midnight, and we'll track the leaderboard. We'll see how nonprofits are doing. There's going to be a ton of prizes and also additional funds available that we've created. We can talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So wait, there's more.
Well, we're going to have you guys. We're here with George Bell from Capital Area United Way, as well as Ethan Bush from 225 Gives. And look, we're going to have you guys in the second segment. We've got about Brian? About 2 minutes left. If you're just tuning in, we've been talking about Filet-O-Fish sandwiches, and then we've been talking about a capital area giving day that will correlate, tie in, whatever words you want to use, partner up any 501c3 that wants to play in your reindeer games, so to speak.
That's right.
Partnering with the Baton Rouge Area Foundation, partnering with Capital Area United Way, 2 mega powerhouses of community-oriented fundraising and giving back. Man, what is the goal, though? That's my big question is there a monetary amount you guys are trying to raise?
Yeah, so it's for 225. $4.225 million for the 225.
See what they did there, Brian?
And I would say our goal is to help those nonprofits generate that amount of money, right? They are going to have so many responsibilities which we're going to provide resources for, but we want to create an environment and a platform. We want to support it with media, outreach, what things we're doing to give them every tool they need. But we want to generate over $4 million in our first year of doing this.
Well, hold that thought. We're going to come back. If you're listening, stick around. We're going to have a second segment. Again, if you want more information about this initiative, Ethan, you're going to go to, don't tell me, www.225gives.org. If you want more information about the Geaux Rouge show, go to GeauxRouge.com. Stick around. You're listening to Franz, Borghardt, Brian Haldane, and the folks behind 225 Gives. We'll be right back. So we're still on Facebook Live, fellas.
Okay.
So
All
this
right.
is where Ethan and George give a shout out to all the folks that are watching on Facebook Live, all two of you. There's two people watching my
Oh, all right.
No,
See
there's
that.
more than that. There's more than that.
Yeah.
I say that. So if this is kind of the behind the scenes stuff.
Sure.
I got
He's
you.
queuing up the next music for another 22-minute segment. So you guys know I'll do the intros. It'll take about 2 minutes, and then we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about for however long you want to.
Okay.
I mean, I can talk about you guys forever. I mean,
You're like, I can do this.
I get
easily.
paid by the word. So it's interesting that.
Well, hey to our friends out there in social media.
Yeah, I was going to
land.
say
Yeah.
that was what I was kind of
Yeah.
queuing
no.
up. Is,
Thank you for joining us this
You know,
morning.
Ethan's kind of a popular guy, George.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
that's why we.
I post a photo of Ethan being on the show, and everybody loses their mind. Like,
Yeah.
like he's been on the show before.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
has Ethan Bush been on your show, Brian Haldane, to talk about 225 Gibbs?
No.
We have not, but I would love to.
See what I just did there? Just,
Well, you're a
Brian's
pretty
like,
popular
no.
guy too, though, Franz. No, I have it from pretty good authority that you are.
It's all smoke and mirrors, George.
Our mutual friend Gino Brown raves about you. Yeah, yeah.
So, Gino, I got to tell you, my favorite Mr. Brown story, and this is just, I've known Gino forever, and I knew his father, and loved his father.
Yeah.
I was at Militello's, and Mr. Brown was bringing in some boots,
shoe.
these gator
Yeah,
boots,
yeah.
these green gator boots, and I was like, Mr. Brown, I really want to get a pair of boots like that. And if you know Mr. Brown,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
stately man,
Oh,
gentleman,
man.
definition of a gentleman.
Yeah.
Right.
And he looks at me and goes, Franz, I love you, but those aren't for you. and it like really hit me to the core. I'm like, what do you mean it's not for? Those aren't for you. What? He's Mr. Brown.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Find you a
yeah.
good pair of boots, Franz.
Yeah.
Those aren't for you. And I said, I can wear those boots. And he goes, no, Franz. And it was like the love of a father telling
Right.
his son, hey, you're not going to go play for the New York Mets. It's not
right.
going to happen. So, Gino.
Gino's
they're-
awesome. I
they're-
didn't know his father, but
Oh man.
I wish that I would have. Although he did make the suit. Gino made the suit for my wedding, and it's just
Well, look.
special.
Yeah, I'm a Brown and Brown guy. Look,
Yeah.
shout out to Brown and Brown.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So the best suit I've ever gotten from them, actually, while Brian's queuing it up, purple seersucker suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a seersucker guy too.
Look,
Yeah.
So yeah,
In LSU country, man, that's priceless.
so I like the fact these are the things I like about Brown and Brown. Besides the quality of the suits, and this is like a giant shout out to Brown and Brown, quality of the suits, but also family-owned business,
Awesome.
Yeah.
generational.
Yep.
It's in Mid City. It's in
Yep.
the heart of Mid City.
Yep.
Everything good.
That toy store next to Victoria Toy
Victoria's,
Store.
yeah.
Oh man, that place. Ooh. Speaking of crustable expenses, they're proud of their no offense, Victoria Toys. You're proud of your toys, man.
Well, this is a big mid-city shout out, man.
Yeah, I live in Mid
telling
City.
you.
I play in
Yeah.
Mid City. It's
Yeah.
You ready?
1 second.
Yes, sir. You're the boss, man. You're the boss. So, anyways, yeah, I haven't been there in a while. In fact, the last time I went over there, I had coffee. Right after his dad died, I went over there and
Yeah.
had coffee with him.
Yeah.
But he's been, I tell you, I've told him he to me is one of those community leaders that I mean, he could do whatever he wants. He could be a councilman one day. He could be, he's the guy that it wouldn't surprise me if he runs for mayor one day or something.
Oh yeah,
like that.
yeah.
You know what else he
yeah.
is? He's also a guy that can wear those gator boots because I see him wearing them
Yeah,
all the
he
time.
loves boots, man. He's a boot
So
guy.
one of the things I also like about them as a story is I'm a big dude.
Yeah.
Like you're
I'm
tiny. George and I, big guys.
Yeah.
And so like when
I'm
I can go in there and get suited up at big guy sizes at
feel
feel good, reasonable prices. So
That's awesome.
All right.
Now I got to go see him.
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
yep.
Yes, sir.
Stand by.
All right, welcome back to the Geaux Rouge radio show. If you're listening on Facebook Live or Talk 107.3, welcome back. This is segment 2, episode 46. You're listening to Franz Borghardt. I'm here with Brian Haldane. We've got some more of 225 Gives this segment. We're going to be talking about giving back to the community, helping out Baton Rouge, helping out different charitable organizations. But before we get to that, we need to talk about the folks that give to Geaux Rouge to make it a radio show. Now, Brian, we're not a charitable organization. We're the definition of a for-profit radio show. But without these
We
sponsors,
do plenty of charitable things, though.
I mean, I do. I eat sliders.
I mean,
for
you
charity.
got yourself sick a couple weeks ago eating sliders.
Yeah, I give until it hurts. So our sponsors for the Geaux Rouge show are as follows: NAI, Ladder and Bloom Commercial Realty, the Smith Shanklin Sosa Personal Injury Law Firm. They're your go-to personal injury law firm. I'm telling you, folks, you can hire the guy that stands on the truck. Now, look, Ethan and George are not a part of this. You can hire the guy that stands on the truck, or you can get a really good civil attorney. That's your call. This is me saying Smith Shanklin Sosa. Breck Parks, Sullivan Steakhouse, your community steak restaurant. I got to tell you guys, they're open. They're oh man, you got to go, Brian, and get the lamb at Sullivan's right now. It's on fire. It's better than a fish fillet sandwich or Filet-O-Fish sandwich.
Close race. Huh?
Yeah, it's a close race.
Yeah.
Louisiana Tech Park, La Divina Italian Cafe, open every day with your custom made-from-scratch breakfast. I haven't been there in a couple of days because I went to Disney, but I'll be hitting them later this afternoon for some coffee and some gelato. And then last but not least, the Borghardt Law Firm. That's, Brian, that's my criminal defense law firm, the best law firm in the universe for criminal defense. Maybe not the universe, maybe just Baton Rouge. Maybe not even Baton Rouge. Maybe just this little block. I don't know. But anyways, so those are our sponsors. If you want more information about the Geaux Rouge show, go to www.geauxrouge.com. We have a YouTube page, we have a Facebook page, we have a Twitter page. We're on Insta. We're on Instagram.
Insta? Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So shameless.
I know.
So shameless. So I am in studio with George and Ethan. George Bell, the president and CEO of the Capital Area United Way, and Ethan Bush with I just keep saying with 225 Gives. That's good for you, right? I mean,
Yeah, I'm supporting the project. That's exactly right.
You lift people up.
That's what I try to do. That's what I try to do. Thank you for that.
So I will say this. I got to meet Ethan George a long time ago when he was with another great charitable organization, Mary Bird Perkins. And my little claim to fame, it's not a big claim to fame, is I used to throw charitable food events. We did some burger competitions.
that's right.
We did
Okay.
a wing festival.
Oh, wow.
Wing
And
festival.
so the kicker was, because I'm a lawyer and I have a day job, I just wanted to give back, and I wanted to have a cool food event that I would want to attend. And so Ethan and the folks over there helped us out tremendously. So when I saw Ethan's name connected to 225 Gives, I knew that this was going to be a high caliber, quality organization doing some good stuff, and not to mention Capital Area United Way. So for those who are just tuning in, Ethan, tell us again, what is 225 Gives?
Yeah, so Franz, that was very nice to say. It's been an honor to work with you too. Thanks for all the support that you've provided. I'm privileged to be a part of 225 Gives and support the project with George and his team, and also the team at Baton Rouge Area Foundation and all the other local funders, Wilson Foundation, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Pennington, so many other supporters that we can certainly talk about. But really, 225 Gives is going to be the first coordinated community-wide online giving day set for December 1st. This will be the first opportunity where individuals and community members can come to one place, 225gives.org, and they can learn about so many nonprofits in the greater capital region, the 10 parish region. And it also gives these nonprofits a place to tell their story. They've had a rough year. Everybody's had a rough year or a challenging year. We wanted to find a platform and a way for community and nonprofits to connect. And what better way to do that, or what better day to do that than Giving Tuesday, which is December 1st, known globally as Giving Tuesday. And what's interesting about that, Franz, is, you've got the day after Thanksgiving, and you got this Cyber Monday thing that people do. I don't know that I think Cyber Monday is kind of like every day now. But that's the Monday after Thanksgiving. And traditionally, the first Tuesday in December, or that Tuesday after, is Giving Tuesday. It's like, think about your charitable giving. Think about what your family wants to do. Think about the nonprofits in your community. So we're using that day as a platform and pairing it with a technology platform that a lot of communities around the country use in a coordinated effort to help them generate over $4 million that day.
So what I thought when I first saw this is, man, this is a great way to spread it around, right? Because, look, I have fundraised before, not at the level you guys have fundraised.
Yeah.
And it's problematic, right? Especially right now. I was having a conversation with a arts and science museum individual not too long ago, and she was like, man, it's hard to raise money for the arts right now because, again, you don't want to seem tone deaf to what's going on around everywhere, but in the same breath, you're watching friends and family members get laid off of jobs and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I can't imagine having this coordinated effort. It's a one-shop stop. You can make a decision of, okay, I want to give to this organization, give to this organization. I can spread it around, which candidly will help everybody out.
Yeah.
There will be, I don't view it as competition. I view it more as, man, I want to learn a little bit more about the ways I can get involved in charities. It's a la carte, so to speak. So George, I can go and learn about different. I mean, give me an example of somebody you guys are partner up with on this one that's signed up already.
Yeah. There's
Not to put
over
you on the spot.
7. No, it's fine. I didn't.
You don't want to single anybody
There's
out.
over 70 nonprofits who have
Already.
committed.
All right.
And we expect that number. I mean, they have till November 5th to register. So
Right.
we are in this. This is the moment to say, okay, we're going to make this a part of our annual end of year annual giving effort, right? So many of my friends and peers in the nonprofit community already have their plans, right? But they're struggling with some of that and all the things you talked about. This is something to incorporate in your plan to help energize some of your donor base, and also folks that don't even know your story. This is the way to get that out. And every gift counts, right? This is going to be a campaign. You know, this is not like when you're sitting down with a donor over a year and working on a major gift. This is participatory and about awareness. And so all gifts, any gift of $10 or more, goes into the platform and counts towards these nonprofit goals. And then I would say to further incentivize, which we really haven't talked about. So those 70, I didn't want to single one out, but it's coming from all different service areas.
Across the region.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and I'll say this
Go
too.
ahead.
The other thing about this opportunity is that there's strength in numbers. You know, the more people that are engaged in this fundraising effort, the more successful it has the potential to be. And what we're looking for is making sure that every nonprofit that has an interest in participating steps up and does so. So that's why it's important that this word get out. We've sent communications out to the over 200 nonprofits that we've funded over the years at Capital Area United Way. We're asking everybody to just, if you know of someone who operates a nonprofit, to let them know about this rare opportunity.
So what I like about this initiative is when I was a member of Forum 35, now Forum 225,
Right.
they did a in-person, back when we could hang out in person.
Yeah.
They did a kind of a one-stop shop comparable to this, where you went into a room and you had maybe 20, 25 nonprofits, and you could go to each stall, each booth, get some information, get some flyers, and you go on your way. This is even better than, no offense to Forum 225, this is even better. You don't have to leave your house.
Yep.
You go to a website. You can, and look, a lot of people are looking for ways to give in a manner in which they can give.
Yeah.
We have to redefine what we mean by giving these days.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a little bit of money. Maybe that's a lot of money. Whatever you can give, we got to look. We're trying to get to 4.225.
4.225.
Right.
You see what he did there, Brian? 4.225 million. Which, by the way, that's a lot of.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I will say this, Franz, comparatively for a city and region our size, I believe wholeheartedly it's attainable. And I think for a first year, it's a really great goal for us to help these nonprofits generate this for their operating budgets going into 2021. There's also some incentives here that we didn't really talk about.
Yeah.
That I think is
Talk
important.
to me.
So somebody hears this and they say, yeah, but all right, are they really my donations? Yes, they are. All that money outside of those fees come back to you. For the nonprofits to hear me, my friends in these seats, you get the list of individuals who donated to you so that you can go steward them and engage them.
Steward. I like the word steward. That's a good word.
That's a fundraiser.
That's a fundraising word. There's another word I was thinking, but that's okay. I like it.
And then the other piece that I would say is, okay, if you're still going, well, is this something we want to participate in? If it doesn't sound great to you, that's okay. We have worked with some funders and partners on the front end to go build what's called the Challenge Fund. And so you register, you got your nonprofit in there, you've built your page, you're starting to promote it. Now, as you go into the early giving period and the 24 hours of December 1st, which is 225 Gives Day, there will be approximately $500,000 in funds available in monetary prizes and what we call a proportional share. And there's a really interesting formula that talks about how you get the proportional
I feel like
share.
there's an algorithm involved.
In there. But the reality is you can win prizes through the day on how well you do, right? Most funds raised in your size category. So if you're a nonprofit that has an operating budget of $100,000, you're not competing against a nonprofit with $1 million operating budget, right? You're slated appropriately. We're going to give awards for most unique donors. We're going to give awards on the hour for most donors raised, who have made a gift in those hours. So throughout that 24 hours of giving, there's going to be all these monetary prizes. And then at the end of it, the funds that are remaining, based on how well you do, you take a proportional share of that fund and all the dollars you generated in gifts that day.
Every incentive in the world to get
We
off
think
their
so.
butt. Yeah.
Exactly.
We think so.
So let's talk about the other angle, because this is something since I have two experts in raising money. Nope, I'm serious. I mean, I consider you two guys like, with the exception of your good buddy Eric Showalter, who's not here right
good.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, Ethan and George. There you go. So here's my question. So I'm a small business. I'm a law firm and a small little radio show. I'm very strategic about my philanthropic donations, not because I'm greedy or anything, but because that is my marketing budget. Typically, for me as a business, I will donate to sponsor something, to get the logo on something, not because it's that's how I market, right?
Right.
As a criminal defense attorney, that's how you have to kind of market. So for businesses that want to give but are looking for that marketing niche, what's their buy-in from you guys?
Yeah. George, you want to start?
Well, and that's a great question,
Right.
Franz, because to pull something like this off, to make this successful, we need both the donors who are giving to the nonprofits,
Right,
and those sponsors who are supporting us bringing this kind of effort to the community. What the businesses can do is they can sponsor. And Ethan referenced that we have a pretty generous list of sponsors that have stepped up already, but there's still room for more. And what the sponsors do is allow us to get to that $500,000 threshold of funds. So you can come in at a level that works for you, and you become one of the sponsors that we'll be listing on our
so think
page.
about that site, and think about how many eyes will be on that site leading up to early giving period in December 1st and the interactions. We're heavily promoting our corporate partners there and our individuals who are supporting us. And then we also have some media partners that we're supporting, and we want to recognize those media partners. And then over the next 6 weeks, as we lead up to really that sort of giving day time frame, we're going to be promoting all of our partners and recognizing them in our social media channels and outlets. And so there's a lot of benefits that will be provided preparing the story of these corporate partners with why they're supporting something like 225 Gives. And what I would say to wrap that is there are also a lot of businesses and organizations who are looking for a way to support many nonprofits in one sort of single, run at it.
Yeah.
And they haven't had a platform to do that. Well, now they do.
Right. So
And then they can start to educate themselves on, who they really want to go deeper with and support. But this gives them an entree.
So I am a big fan of disruption in advertising marketing, and it spills over into my day job where there's certain cognitive psychology that goes into decision making and how you market, how you get attention. And I always tell businesses, when I talk disruption, I always tell people you need to be where no one else is. If you're a business that does something a little bit different, or doesn't necessarily do something different, but you want to stand out, you partner up with you guys, you sponsor, and all of a sudden, all those eyes that are going to be seeing the website, all the eyes that are going to be seeing who's contributing and sponsoring, they're going to say, oh man, look, Brian Haldane, that guy that does the radio show, he's supporting this, and look, when we give, whether we give because we want the marketing side of it or we give just because it's the right thing to do, we don't look bad. We look like good human beings, and we make our community better. So, I don't mean to put it in those terms, guys, but I tell people all the time, that's why I spend the marketing money the way I do. So,
well, Franz, let me give you a good example of how that has worked for you. You've been notified that our Women United group.
I am familiar with
it.
Yeah.
Our Women United group of affinity group within Capital Area United Way has chosen you as the first male recipient of one of their annual awards.
Did you hear that, Brian Haldane?
And yours is the Celebrate the Power of, it's the Advocacy Champion for Women.
I'm the first male to win this award.
Yes.
It's a women's award.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like me wanting to be a member of the junior league.
I heard about that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
and you know the funny thing about that is the reason I got, and I know who nominated me.
Mm-hmm.
I went and spoke on behalf of a candidate who was running for office, who was a female.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to use campaign funds for childcare, which makes complete sense if you're a mom and you got to go to all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went and spoke out on her behalf at the Louisiana Ethics Board. And it kind of spiraled from there, and then I was invited to go speak at LSU on it. And look, I'm a lawyer that does a little bit of civil rights, but that's not my wheelhouse.
Right.
I'm a criminal defense attorney.
Right.
And so I appreciate you bringing that up, George. I'm very flattered to get that award, but when people ask me, how am I advocating for women?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's all I did was I went and spoke on behalf.
Yeah.
But, okay. And you know what?
But that's what it takes.
That's what it takes. And giving back can be giving dollars and cents. It can be saying
Volunteering. Yeah.
And I want, look, the biggest thing, look, $4.225 million, great amount of money. I want you to raise every single nickel, diamond, penny of that.
Yeah.
But I also like the fact that, man, Brian goes to this website. Maybe he learns something about one of these organizations he didn't know
Absolutely.
before. And maybe and the biggest excuse I hear for people not connecting with charitable organizations is I don't know anything about them. Where would I go
Yeah.
to find them?
Yeah.
Guess what, guys? You can go to one place, one stop hub. You don't have any excuses, really.
No,
So-
and here's what I would say for the nonprofits, right? We want this to be as dynamic as
Right.
they need it to be. We want to put the resources behind them, give them the platform, and then we want to get out of their way.
Right.
Right? If they have some things they want to do to engage their donors, and they have donors that want to match funds and other things, like we can help them figure out how to position their page and their strategy. But we want to stay out of their way and let them go do what they do, but give them everything they
So
need
they get
to get their story
the
out.
autonomy of
They do.
being their storytellers with a great stage that you guys have set up. Look, I'm sitting here with George Bell from the Capital Area United Way, Ethan Bush with 225 Gibbs. Guys, one last time, where will we go to get more information about this December 1st event? What website again?
www.225gives.org.
Well, look, you guys are going to be welcome back. We'll get you back on before December 1st. And if there's anything
That'd be
we can
great.
do at the Geaux Rouge show to help you guys out, let us know. George, Ethan, you guys have a great day.
All right.
Thanks, Franz. Keep doing
Thank
what you're
you,
doing.
man.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
And by doing what I'm doing, he's not referring to eating Filet-O-Fish sandwiches
No.
at McDonald's. For those who missed the first half, and look, you guys stick around for a second. We got about how much time left, Brian? 5 minutes. Okay, let's have a philosophical talk,
Okay.
guys. You guys look like you like food, right? That's not me saying. That's
I don't think
that's
I
not
don't
me
think
saying y'all are fat or anything.
What gave it away, man?
Right, I mean, I'm just saying everybody in this room looks like they've eaten a meal before.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my point is, okay, what is and George, I don't know if you have any kids.
I have
Brian-
one and grandkids.
Okay, so Brian, I know you have some youngins. Ethan, you've got a kid, right?
Two, yeah.
Two kids. Okay, how old?
11 and 6.
Okay, 11 and 6. So same age bracket. Mm-hmm. What is your kid's favorite go-to meal in Baton Rouge? I'm almost embarrassed to answer this question, by the way.
Gosh. My daughter is going to be, there's about 3 or 4 different restaurants, but it all involves quesadillas, chips, and queso, period. That's her go-to. My son, anywhere that's got a good French fry. He is like a French fry connoisseur.
So my son.
Forget the meat and forget the burger and all that, but he is a connoisseur of French fries in this town.
So my grandkids live in Ohio.
Okay.
So their favorite go-to food when they're in Louisiana is crawfish.
Okay.
Good for them.
Yeah.
So my son.
I raised them right.
My son is convinced, and this is my fault. I'm gonna have a Brene Brown moment of vulnerability here.
Mm-hmm.
It's my fault. My son believes that Red Robin is the best restaurant in Baton Rouge.
Wow.
Because of the
Whoa.
steak, fries, and ketchup. And when he found out during COVID that Red Robin was closed, a part of him died inside.
Yeah.
Brian,
A little bit died.
a little bit died. So Brian, where are your kids' favorite Baton Rouge spot?
Lit Pizza would probably make the top 5.
Nice.
Oh
Thoroughly enjoyed Lit.
yeah.
We went to Fat Boy's Pizza Saturday night. That is instantly on the charts. It's right there on
Wow.
Nicholson
Is it good?
across-
I've been
Oh my word!
Awesome.
So what you're gonna do is it's like $7 for a slice of pizza, but all you need is one slice.
That's awesome.
And it the cheese, the flavors, the dough, all of it was fantastic. Aside from pizza, probably they really enjoy Fat Cow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That Cow's
Yeah,
good
been
burger.
there in a while.
And then-
good burger joint.
And then talking about burger joints, Mooyah has ramped up the
just
chart
about to-
very, very quickly.
So one of my good friends, who's a lawyer, who actually practices bullying law, owns a Booyah chain, and I gotta tell you, man, I'm very impressed with what they're serving up. It's in my top 5 burgers in Baton Rouge, although it didn't get listed as my top 5 when we did the burger episode, but that's okay.
No, that was an oversight on our part. And
know
you
what?
missed mine too.
I'm okay admitting when I'm wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not Red Robin, for God's sake. So, and I bring this up because there's actually a method behind this madness. I bring this food thing up because one of the things I want to continue to give a shout out to Baton Rouge about was when the poop hit the fan in Baton Rouge during COVID-19, we really came together and supported the restaurant.
Absolutely.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
I don't know if the restaurant industry at all is involved in your 225 Gibbs. I hope it is. And if they're not,
We're working on it.
Okay, good,
We
good.
would love to have more restaurants participate in ways that can give them some good exposure.
right.
I think it was Keep BR Serving.
Right.
That I think was unbelievable to see our community come together and rally around that. And we're hoping for the same energy and rallying around all of these nonprofits. I mean, think about this. And I know we're running out of time. I think there's over 3,000 registered nonprofits in the greater 10 parish region, right? And all have an opportunity to participate. Now, not all will,
Right.
and that's okay. But we certainly want to give all of them the opportunity to extend their resources into 2021, and that's what this day is designed to do.
One of the neat things we did at United Way right after the pandemic is we provided some feeding opportunities for frontline workers, especially those that fall into what we call the Alice population. And we went out and purchased gift cards to local restaurants and gave those to those employees. It's
Awesome.
a wonderful thing, man. I think we did 300 gift cards to 3 different restaurants.
So I'm going to plug this one last time, guys.
Yeah.
225gibbs.org. Ethan, George, thank you, guys. Brian, have a great week. This is Franz Borghardt from Geaux Rouge.
Signing out.
Have a good one, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
So we're going to say goodbye to Facebook.
Bye, Facebook.
Go to 225gibbs.
.org.
Sign up. Dude, the data. I'm just sitting here thinking, because, I mean, you're in the data business,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean, you're in the list business. I don't do, like,
You have to be.
somebody asked me the other day for my website, they were like, do you keep tabs of your list and everything? You can cut it off. Bye, Facebook.